Hello, guys, and welcome to race number 13 of the season here at Armory Digital Super Speedway for our 13th race of the season. As I'll tell you what, we had a great, amazing day race that we had here at Armory yesterday. Now here we are for the Cup race today, and I'm looking forward to see what will happen when these drivers will take the green flag here for tonight's race. Now, it'll be a little different with the if the cautions do come out, how many laps they'll be having. So we'll see how it was. And we were here not long ago when we had a special race where we had our 400 subscribers and our NRSL 500. Both of them turned out fantastic. So now these drivers who are part of those races do have a little bit of advantage. On the pole, we have DJ Carter starting next to him is Trent Dunham third, Angel Navarro fourth, and Moore fifth, Nathan Hudson sixth, Johnny Gardner seventh, John Art eighth, James Qualls ninth, Alex Brown coming in the top 10, Zach Flickinger. As here's the rest of your starting lineup from 11th on back. And on the front row, we have Anthony McCurry and Sky Commons. Interesting row there. Let's get your in point standings here, and I'm going to scoot this over to where. There we go. Your top 10. Actually, hold on a second. I just realized my thing's a little bit off here. There we go. And we're about ready to command to fire them up. So, a second here, and here's command.
Drivers, start your engines!
So weird how you just heard the command right there a little bit as an echo. So we're about ready to roll them off, and I'm going to quickly, once these cars roll off, okay, so now I'm going to do this real quick. There we go. That should be alright, hopefully so, but if not, then, yeah. Anyways, let's get your, with the top 10 in points as they come into this race. Cody Lamas, the new points leader after Talladega, surprisingly, over Joshua Osborne. Still, Lamas does not have a top 5, but has 4 top 10s, or excuse me, he does have 4 top 5, he does have top 5s. He has 4 top 5s and 7 top 10s, over Osborne's 3 wins, 3 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. And you got Meyer in third. Dunham fell back to fourth. Moore is still in the fifth in points. There's sixth is Ember Ross. Seventh is John Art in points. Eighth is Angel Navarro. Ninth, Kyle Matthews. Both of them slipped just inside the top 10, barely in eighth and ninth. And Levi McIntyre barely hanging on to that 10th position. Zach Flickinger, he is 11th in points. Ian Dutta jumped up to 13th in points. The big loser out of that from before, Dylan Potey, was 14th in points. Anthony McCurry, by the way, 16th in points. He gained 8 points, and DJ Curtis, the pole sitter, 18th in points. As pace car you see was down pit road. Green flag is out, 29 laps of action. Who takes the checker flag here at Armory? Now, when we were last here, to my knowledge serves me correctly, the pace laps were a hell of a lot different than the day race, so they will be quicker. In case so the cautions do come out rather rapidly, we will see a little bit of different pace here. Let me just try this here. There we go. That's much better. Okay, that's much better. I can see the side of the ticker now, the thing I want to see and all that. But anyways, as you're seeing throughout the course, Nathan Hudson dead last in points. He needs a big crucial 5 bonus points for leading a lap, and he will do so at the line. That is a much needed thing right there. Seeing James Qualls riding that outside wall there in that 70. Now remember for James Qualls, Joshua Osborne, regardless, he's going to make the chase. There's no doubt about it. But for James Qualls, he needs to make sure he gets himself into that chase picture via top 10 points for getting that elusive victory. And Qualls is feeling down the pressure. If he wants to help Osborne and have a little teammate alliance, he is definitely going to have to do whatever he can to get up there and represent also Chevy Camaro. So We know for a fact Chevy Camaro will make its first ever chase because of that victory, of those 3 victories. No matter how he will do so. Cody Lamitz now will lead that lap. That's the points lead right there. That's definitely not good for Osborne, so Osborne needs to redeem heavy there. Ferranti now taking the lead. Also needs a rather much-needed run. He is not having a good season there in that 2 car. Zach Flickinger, the 8 car, just outside the top 10 points, trying to go underneath Levi McIntyre, who's in that top 10 battle. Now, for the 09 of Matthews, you're probably wondering, why is there a Golden Corral scheme? Is a couple cars off the pace there. 42nd. We'll get to that in a minute. But Matthews originally was supposed to run this scheme for Talladega, and I accidentally forgot to change that. I had changed schemes, but I totally botched it and totally messed up on the paint scheme selection. So in place for that, he is using Golden Corral for this race, and will be using Golden Corral for the LCQ race at Talladega. So we'll see what will happen. Pollard the third kind of off the pace a little bit there due to the cars hitting the wall. Gotta be careful there. Emma Ross, 16 points. She's trying to do what she can to lead that lap, but now William Duncan trying to say, not so fast. I'm trying to make sure I get myself in a much better position, and that'll have to wait. Ross, that's a big bonus point right there. That's 6 in the points. See, not too far behind the 0-5 of John Art. That was 7 points we mentioned. Connor Meyer right there on that inside, not the inside, on the inside of that group in the middle. It's 3rd in points. Let's see if we can find Trent Dunham in the 1. There he is. Signed 25th anniversary scheme. He's been using that scheme for a while, but so far it's been helping him. Up to 4th in points. Kind of lost a spot. Still has not yet gotten a win or a top 5, but has gotten 3 top 10s. So, and he's also been finishing like 11th and 12th a lot of races too. So that's a good thing for that one team there. They're doing really, really good. See Matthews right there. Where's Angel Navarro? And you kind of see him there on that outside line, not too far ahead. Queens College Toyota, that's 8th in points. See if we can find Ian Dutta at 32 there, and I'll tell you what, it's amazing to see how Ian's been, how he lost all those spots in the championship battle, and then all of a sudden that really good run at Talladega really helped him out, almost won the race, as Ember Ross, you just seen hitting the wall, and here he is running up towards the front of the field. Nathan Hudson back up in the front again, trying to make sure he can get an extra 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. He needs every point he can, because he has just been having a horrific season. It has just not been going the 11's way at all. And this could be a huge redeem for that 11 team. Now remember for Hudson too, is that the last time we seen the 11 run in the Cup Series was season 4. So it's been away for a season, and then it came back. The last time it was used was Marco Martinez. And he had his one and only victory in that car in Indianapolis at that season. It was season 3 or season 4, but I want to say it was season 4. I could be wrong. I do remember winning at Indy, and that was the only race the 11 team had ever won, and because it was the cursed car in the NRSL. Every person that drove the 11 before never had any success. Unfortunately, it has caught up to Nathan Hudson for right now. Things have not been going his way. Meanwhile, Pete Batson, car number 39, that Ford Taurus. Also one of those guys that need a good run. Things have not been going his way at all. And you look at, for a team like Tweenix Racing, you got Dylan Poche and Ian Dutta within the top 15. And then you got drivers like Seth Cole and Elijah Gilbert. They are nowhere close into that top 20 battle. They're just outside of it. And here they are trying to get the opportunity. You see Elijah Gilbert in that pit extra middle in the middle lane there, and then you see Seth Cole in the 33 in that green 33 car in that outside line right there, right where William Duncan is. trying to get himself up in the front. Here comes Sky Commons. That's 17th in points, who got involved in that horrible, crazy crash that was over in Armory. And get to see he's all right, and he's back racing here. Now Sega keeps trying to work on that 24 car. Can't seem to do it. Commons will lead that lap. Now also keep in mind, too, next week will be Las Vegas, and after that will be the All-Star break. For the drivers that are trying to get into the All-Star race that had won last season after the All-Star race and this season prior to Las Vegas, this is their best opportunity right here, because this is a huge wildcard factor. These drivers know that a lot is at stake on the line. They got to know anything and everything can and will happen. Start to see two drivers who are really needing good runs. You got Alex Ferranti and Daniel Olson on that inside line right there. And another one is Jessica Shelton. She has also not been having such a good season. Both series really have not been catering to her at all. Nowhere close into that top 10 battle. I believe Shelton was, I want to say she was 40th in Xfinity. I could be wrong on that. And then in the Cup Series, she's like 30-something. It has not been going her way this season at all for that 0-2 team. Continue to struggle. You know, she's one of the main drivers that knows how to run both the series real well and at least get the victories, but just can't seem to stay consistent enough to be bound for that championship. Olsen, speaking of Shelton, bringing along the other female with her, Kate Anderson, in that Red Bull BMW right there. So they're taking a small break on the Jack Daniels car, running BMW for the next few amount of races, and then they should have a new scheme ready by the All-Star race for that 35 team. Anderson trying to really get that lead. Can't seem to get that opportunity. Qualls got kicked up to the middle line. And look at the driver who's starting to work his way through the field. You got R.J. Bishop running what is now his new primary Old Spice in that 98 Toyota there. Taking over for Speed Vegas for the time being. It seems to me R.J. Bishop, ever since that move has happened, it has been going not too bad for that 98 team. Things have been actually going pretty good. And Bishop, you keep in mind, too, is that he's one of those guys that, you know, he's always that guy that just loves being around that NRSL competition. And anytime we go to a dirt track or a road course, he's always that guy there. And then when it comes to an SS, he'll just randomly be in the right place at the right time. And he'll be bound for the win whenever it's necessary. But once he gets involved in that wreck, that's it. He's basically screwed. Seeing car number 4, car number 22. KT Bryant, that Alliance truck parked forward, and Clint Spillman in that Busch Camo Chevrolet there. Both working their way up through the field. And the points leader, Cody Lamas, as well. Jackie Tang looking for his second win of the season. We are at the halfway point, keep in mind. 14 and a half laps, so we will be crossing the halfway point once they just cross the halfway point of the back straight, and which that will be right about now. We're at halfway of this race. Still no yellows. We had one yellow in Xfinity, and still these guys are proving some great racing. 4 wide, you've been seeing at least a couple rows, but these guys have been hitting that wall off turn 1, and it's been kind of not totally separating the field, but just enough though. And Zach Rogers kind of losing the pack there. He was 33rd at the line, and that is not good for car 9. Nearly lost the pack. Go through the pack right here. You're seeing a lot of drivers doing the old super speedway, go to the front, go to the rear, go to the front, go to the rear type of thing. Ian Dutta and McIntyre there. I'll tell you what, McIntyre may be feeling a lot of pressure because he is 10th in points, and it's always said when you're that driver in that last position in the top 10, you feel that pressure of like the drivers around you. Flickinger, Spillman, Dutta, Pote. They all want that 10th spot, and they're going to fight tooth and nail to get it. And McIntyre will lead at the line. Let's go on board with the drivers. Wow, they were going 5 wide here at Armory, and they're going to keep it together. That's a very risky thing right there. Let's go on board Elijah Gilbert in the 30 and show you onboard camera for the Payback Swiss Chevrolet. And you can see these drivers are starting to work together. In the Camaros, seen Deaver and Gardner working together, and then before, seen Twinix Racing working together, and even Psyche Motorsports. And man, McIntyre just got the wall right there. Drivers are having a lot of difficulty trying to not hit that wall on the high line via turn 1, and it's not going their way. And Beck Rogers losing the pack. That is a big blow for car number 9. He needs a good, quick yellow right now. Otherwise, that is unfortunately where he is going to finish. About 10 miles an hour off the pace. And now Elijah Gilbert, who we were just on board with earlier on, now trying to take the lead and lead the lap. Hoping he can bring his teammate Seth Cole with, but that's definitely not looking like the case. Gilbert, though, will lead the lap. But he's got a rear decklet full of Kyle Keith and others all around his corner panel. Jackie Tane now trying to work underneath, looking for a second win of the season. That could really help him up, trying to make sure not only getting the top 10 in points, but also could really help him out trying to solidify himself for the chase for the championship. Remember, Osborne has got 3 victories, and to my knowledge, I think there is only one other driver who's won 2 or more races, but I cannot seem to think of it off the top of my head. As Kyle Keith will lead that lap and is running away from Gilbert and Jackie Tang. Oh yes, my apologies. I made a mistake. Jessica Shelton is actually having a good season. She's got 2 wins. My deepest apologies. I'm thinking of her Xfinity run that's been bothering me there. But yeah, her Xfinity series run has been very poor. And also just recently Mason Powers, who's picked up his 2nd win of the season. Those are the 3 drivers that, have more than 1 win. But here's the thing to keep in mind, though, for a driver like Mason Powers. He's in the bottom of the points, but he's not dead last in the points. Right now, that Zaxby Chevrolet is running 16th, and I guarantee the drivers outside the top 10 in points are relying on him to get into that top 10 in points. So that way, whoever's got like 1 win, say like Clint Spillman or Jackie Tang, they need them to get up to that front. I think the main one they need to focus on is probably Mason Powers or Jessica Shelton, both of those drivers. Or unless another driver in that outside the top 10 gets that 2nd win of the season. Once that happens, we got ourselves a ball game, and everything is going to come on in. Seth Cole led that lap right there barely, and man, Zach Rogers, I guarantee he did not want to have that happen, and that is going to be a big blow to the 9 team. Probably going to get 1 point out of all this. Well, I'll tell you what, the way how these guys are racing in Cup, they're racing competitive, but they're racing very smart. They're not racing stupid, so give these drivers a lot of credit. They are not one to pull any yellows. Fastest lap so far has been Ian Dunn with a 42.962, and about 5 1,000 slower is Ember Ross in the 20, as we're on lap 23 of 29. Cars are scraping the wall. That's John Art in the 05. For a minute, I thought the 42 went around, so. Anyways, folks, Connor Meyer, you see, is leading. Anthony McCurry trying to look underneath. We're going to take a very quick commercial break here. Don't go away. You'll stay tuned. You are not going to miss the end of the race. We will be right back after this quick commercial break here. You're watching the NRSL Season 6 NRSL Universal Atlanta Cup Series, race number 13 at Armory Digital Super Speedway, presented by Speed. Welcome back. You have not missed much. We are about ready to enter 5 laps to go. As you see, RJ Bishop now taking the lead away from Sky Commons and Anthony McCurry, and he's bringing along Ian Dunn in the 32. 41 drivers have a shot to win this race, and any one of them could win it. So the way how the All-Star race will come into effect is that whoever had won a race last season won a race this season, and also drivers top 10 in points, as well as champions from the previous seasons in the Universal Cup Series, for this case, or for the other series, Xfinity. They will be in the All-Star race. Meanwhile, the remaining drivers will be in the showdown to determine the final 2 spots in the fan vote. So we'll see what will happen. Ian Dutta, hopefully he can get that one last win this season. He's trying hard, though. I think he did win last season, my knowledge, but I don't remember. As the Penske boys are going to be balanced side by side for the lead. Not good on the team order thing. Brian must have had a good run. He went underneath his teammate for that lead. Bryant trying to get that win there for that 22 team. Trying to lead at the line, will do so. Bryant is also one of those drivers who really needs a good run too. Needs everything he can. Look at Sheldon trying to look for a 3rd win of the season. That would be a huge victory for that 0-2 team. And she could be the 2nd driver confirmed for that chase for the title. But now Trent Dunham says, nice try. That's not going to happen. Dunham looking for his 1st victory of the season. 4th in points. 3 wide for 2nd. 4 wide for, that is the 5th position. Navarro just put his nose underneath and said, screw it. Now Dunham's looking for the lead. Navarro going to look underneath. There's a big separation. I'm not sure. No, the caution's not out. It did separate from the main pack a bit, but there's still cars trying to get into it, though, so that's a good sign. And oh my God, look who's coming on that inside line. Joshua Osborne trying to look for his 4th victory of the season. That'd be the quickest to ever get 4 wins. That would beat Mason Powers' way of getting his 4th win, and he's coming. Nathan Hudson, if everything keeps going his way, he is going to really get some points. I don't know if he's going to get the most points for leading the most laps, but he's going to try to lead this lap, though, because Osborne's looking underneath for that lead. Here comes Curtis, though, to the inside. White flag, 1 lap to go. Hudson will lead that lap barely. Here comes William Duncan, car number 55, trying to get the 2nd position from Osborne and Hudson. And now he's trying to look for the lead. McCurry now in that 61 Quattro Audi, trying to do what he can. He's not had a good season at all. Look at Tang just going underneath John Art there for position. DJ Curtis, the odds are looking like his favorite, looking for his 1st win of the season for Navarro Racing, Archangel Racing there. Here comes McCurry, though, that's 61, inside line. Side by side, coming to the line. Who's going to get it? It looks like it's going to be DJ Curtis. He wins it at Armory. DJ Curtis, 18th in points. Going to get a huge victory for Archangel Racing. And now confirm, I believe, 2 drivers this season. And from the, I believe, Navarro last season, with also Navarro being top 10 in points. Currently, I think they have to rely on 1 more driver in order to solidify it, but I cannot remember to the life of me on who that other driver was, unless it was, oh no, that's right, they are a 3-car team. What am I saying? Oh, and now they wreck. Oh my, and Spillman on his side in the 4-car. And yeah, that happened. Cars are trying to figure out how to get to that apron without causing much issue, and I think because they're also out of gas, I think that's what it is too. But anyways, yeah, DJ Curtis, he'll pick up the victory. Here's a look at your finishing results here, presented by Speed. No cautions, fully 29-lap race. All 42 cars finished on the track, which is an awesome, awesome way to have a race like this here. Curry, Duncan, Osborne, Becker, Tang, Dunham, Hudson, Powers, and Gilbert. Big, big break for Nathan Hudson, which I want to check real quick. Where is he at in the standings? He is, yeah, he is last in points. He had not even scored a top 5 or top 10 at all. And he had an average finish of like 30th position. That's really going to help him out. So good news for Hudson. He ain't going to be dead last. I can tell you that. Unbelievable. That's a lucky break right there. And I believe the worst driver to have a win is Stephen Pollard III, which is what they're showing on my thing there. So what a big break right there for a couple drivers that really need good runs. So we can also confirm Joshua Osborne will retain the points lead again from Cody Lamas, who I can tell, judging by here, did not have a good run. Oh, no, he didn't. 35th. Rogers, unfortunately, will finish 42nd. I'm looking where Zach Rogers is in the points. He is currently scored in the 25th position in points. Really not good to see right there for that 19 there. And then, yeah. You gotta remember people like Mason Powers and Jessica Shelton who really need good runs to get in the top 10 in points. So the drivers outside of that could battle for that one-win wildcard slot. And looking through, Jessica Shelton was 19th and Mason Powers was 9th. So Powers going to really get some momentum. Shelton a little bit, not a whole lot. So yeah, that'll do it here from Armory Digital. Next week, we will head over to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where it's definitely going to be a lot different than how it is here. Crazier racing than this. So thank you guys for watching. If you like to be sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts, subscribe, be a part of the NRSL, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you guys later for Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Till then, goodbye, everybody from Armory, and we will see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye. Here come the points.